also learning more about potentially a Trump-Harris debate. I want to put this tweet up from Kamala Harris saying Trump agreed to a September 10th debate. It now appears he's backpedaling. Voters deserve to see the split screen that exists on debate stage. I'm ready, so let's go. All right, let's continue with this. We're going to bring in our Fox 5 reporter, Sharon Crowley. Thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. And maybe what do we know about this race as we inch closer to about 100 days out from this election?
Well, you just heard it. Vice President Kamala Harris says she is willing to debate former President Trump. And he has said publicly a couple of times that he also would be game to debate. But it's just about hashing out exactly when and where and what network that will be on, likely in September either way. But what this signals is that this race has amped up, and so has the political rhetoric. Vice President Kamala Harris rolling out her first 2024 presidential campaign ad using Beyonce's song Freedom from her landmark album Lemonade. It's a song she used for her first campaign appearances. The song plays under images of Harris's supporters and touches on issues of gun violence, healthcare, and abortion.
We choose freedom.
The vice president was trying to build momentum in Texas, speaking to the American Federation of Teachers, the first labor union to formally endorse her candidacy.
In our vision of the future, we see a place where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. A future where no child has to grow up in poverty, where every senior can retire with dignity, and where every worker has the freedom to join a union.
Polls show this new race between Vice President Harris and former President Trump remains tight. So the political knives have come out. House Republicans are moving quickly to emphasize her role in the Biden administration's handling of the U.S. border with Mexico. Republican lawmakers passed a resolution on Capitol Hill condemning her performance on the job. Former President Trump has also shifted his focus to a new opponent.
I really believe she's a San Francisco radical. She's actually, I think, a much worse candidate than he is.
Trump held his first rally since President Biden exited the race in the battleground state of North Carolina.
We don't want you anywhere. Kamala, you're fired. Get out of here. You're fired.
Well, the former president, as you can see, taking advantage of his former career as a Celebrity Apprentice host. Now, the next big thing to look for in this race, of course, is the Veep stakes. We're waiting to see who Kamala Harris is going to pick for a running mate. Several swing state governors' names have been tossed out there, as well as a former astronaut's name, Senator from Arizona, Mark Kelly.
Correct. Yeah, very, very interesting, as hopefully we'll hear more about that ahead of the DNC in Chicago in the coming months. And I do want to ask you, because just from the New York perspective, we did see Kathy Hochul there kind of stand at the White House and support Biden a little bit ago before he announced his kind of step down. Maybe what kind of feeling does she have about this and Harris moving forward and the endorsements that are rolling in for the VP right now?
Well, I believe that the governor has endorsed Vice President Harris already. She's fell in line with the other Democrats. But you're right. She was at the White House meeting with maybe 10 other governors, Democratic governors. And of the 10 or so that were there in person, others signed on virtually. Only 3 of them came out, and she was one of the 3 to say, we stand by Biden, we're going to stay with Joe, keep him in the race, you know, didn't take many questions. And so she wasn't the first Democrat to get on board with the vice president, but she's falling in line, and we understand former President Obama will be falling in line and supporting the Vice President Harris very shortly. That
will be a big endorsement, as well as, of course, Schumer and Jeffries came out just a little bit after as well, 2 Democrats from New York as well. All right, Sharon, thank you so much for breaking it all down. Just 100 days out till this November election. It's going to be interesting as we close in. Yeah. All right. Thank you again.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, let's continue on here on Live Now from Fox. Great conversation, and we're going to get a lot into it in just a little bit, talking more about just those comments about the debate, saying Trump is backpedaling and that she is ready to go. Let's listen into these comments as she returned to Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, after that rally in Houston, Texas. Let's listen into her briefly.
Hey, I'm ready to debate Donald Trump. I have agreed to the previously agreed upon September 10th debate. He agreed to that previously. Now it appears he's backpedaling, but I'm ready. And I think the voters deserve to see the split screen that exists in this race on a debate stage. And so I'm ready. Let's go.
Will you do it on Fox
comment
News?
on the protest yesterday.
All right, you're just listening in. There's some brief comments saying, I'm ready, let's go, referring to that maybe September 10th debate. That date, we'll see if that comes to fruition or if it's another debate or what network. But right now, let's